Hey everyone, this is Corey from CannaPlanners. Today I'm going to talk to you about variable products within WooCommerce, what they are, why you should use them, and how to build them. Basically, a variable product is a product that has one or more options for your customer to choose from before they add it to their cart. You can see here in our example, I've set up a CBD tincture product with a couple different options, one for size and another for flavor. And so this is what we mean by a variable product, basically anything where you can choose options from one or more drop-downs on the product page and then add to cart. Using variable products makes the shopping experience easier for your customers since it puts all of the different options for them on one page. It also makes it a little easier for you on the dashboard editing side of things since you can manage your product right from one edit screen. Now let's dive into the edit screen for this particular product so that I can show you roughly how a variable product is put together. And after that, we'll actually go through the process of creating one from scratch. So I'm going to click Edit Product from my toolbar. And now we'll scroll down to the product data section. And now there's two major concepts to understand when you're building variable products. The first one is a concept called attributes. And if I click on the attributes tab, you'll see we've got two attributes set up right now for size and flavor. So basically attributes is WooCommerce word for the different options that your customer can choose from. The second concept to understand is variations. So if I click on the variations tab, you'll see we currently have 4 variations set up for this product. Essentially what a variation is it's basically its own product that is a combination of all the different options that you've given your customer through your attributes. So if I open up this first variation here, you can see this is the SKU for the 15 milliliter original flavor tincture. You can see we've got a regular price in here. You can set all the different options for for any given variation within this screen. So you can add a sale price, you can put it in or out of stock. You can add your shipping information, etc. You can also upload different images for each of your variations, such that if you have a mint tincture, you can upload the particular image of that tincture, and that will be available for the customer to see on the front end. So now that you've seen roughly how a variable product is put together, let's start from scratch so you can see how to create a new variable product from the very beginning. Before we begin actually creating our variable product, it makes sense to first define the different attributes and attribute options for our product. To do that, let's go to our dashboard and navigate to Products and then click on Attributes. Okay, so you see right now we have no attributes in our shop. Let's fix that by adding a new one for our size option for our tincture. So just type in the word size or whatever attribute is applicable to your product, and then click the Add Attribute button. Okay, so now you see we've got our size attribute created. The next step is to actually add the different options to our size attribute, which is done by clicking Configure Terms. Okay, and now on this screen, we're going to add in the different size options that we want to make available to our customer. So for example, we can do 15 milliliter and click Add New Size. And then we can do 30 milliliter and add new size. Of course, you can add as many options as you want, but we're just going to stick with these two for this example. And while we're here, let's go ahead and add our attribute for flavor as well. So I'll click on Attributes from the Products menu. We'll type in flavor into the name text box and click Add Attribute. And just like before, we're going to add our options to the flavor attribute by clicking the Configure Terms link on the right side. And for our flavor options, we will put in original and mint. Okay, and then one quick tip, you can actually, if you want to reorder these different options, you can click on the bar icon on the very right side of the option list, and you can click and drag these around to be in the right order. Okay, now that we have defined all of our attributes and attribute options, it's time to actually start creating our variable product and assigning these attributes to it. So let's navigate to Dashboard, Products, and then Add New. Okay, step one, let's type in the product name, CBD tincture. And just as an example, I can put in these different text options. So this is where the long form description will go. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, there's a spot for a short description as well. And this will show up above the add to cart button on the product page. Okay, so now that we've done that, the next step is to focus on this product data box here. So the first step is click on this simple product dropdown and change it to variable products. Now what that does is it opens up our attributes and variations tabs here, which are very important for creating our variable product. So let's click into the attributes tab, and from the custom product attribute dropdown, you can select one of the two attributes that we just created. So let's start with size and then click the add button. All right, so now our size attribute is added to the product, and now we need to define the actual options that we want to make available to our customer. So if you click into the values box, you'll get another drop down that has those different options that we created. So let's select 15, and let's do it again to select 30. The next very important step is to make sure this used for variations checkbox is turned on, and that will allow us to use this attribute when we create our variations later on. So let's repeat the process by clicking on the attribute dropdown and choosing flavor and click add. And we'll do the same thing. We'll choose original, we'll choose mint, and we will check the use for variations box. So now that we've defined our attributes and our attribute options for this product, let's click Save Attributes. And then we can now move on to the next step, which is to define the actual variations for this product. So we'll click the Variations tab. So you can see right now it's empty, and we need to basically create a variation for each possible combination of our attributes that we created. So the quickest way to do that is to click on this Add Variation dropdown and choose the Create Variations from All Attributes option, and then click Go. Click OK in the prompt. Okay, it's going to give you a success message. All right, so now you see we've basically just created all of the variations that are necessary for this product, one for each possible combination of attributes. So we have our 15 milliliter original and mint, and our 30 milliliter original and mint as well. So the next step is to go into each of these variations and make sure that we've set the price. And also, once we've done that, we'll work on uploading the images. So let's click on the first variation to open up the options, and we'll type in the price. And we'll just keep going on to the next one. Now you can see there's also a box if you need to keep track of any kind of inventory, or for your accounting or for your stock management. You can enter in a custom SKU for each of these variations. You can also choose Manage Stock if you want to set the stock quantity separately for each of your variations. Alternatively, you can leave that unchecked, and you can just do a simple like in stock, out of stock for each of your variations here. Okay, now that we have set up our pricing for our variable product, let's work on getting the images uploaded. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set the main product image on the right side here, which will be the image that shows up as the product preview. So we'll go to our upload window, and we will drag and drop our photos onto the media library. And I'll choose this image as our main shot. And then underneath in the product gallery section, we'll add the other photos for the other variations. So this, and this. And then within the product gallery, you can also, if you want, you can click and drag these around to change the order. I will leave them as they are for now. And then another important step with the images is to go into each of your variations and make sure that you have assigned it the particular image that matches it. So for the 15 milliliter original, we make sure we choose the 15 milliliter original photo, and so on for the rest. Okay, and then another important thing to consider is if you want to give your customer a default variation when they first visit the product page, you can do that up here at the top of the variations tab under default form values. So we can select 30 milliliter original as the default to show up when they first visit the page. Now that we've set up our product, let's go ahead and click the publish button. And now that it's published, we can click on the permalink here and check it out. Cool. So here's our photo gallery. You can click on each image to slide to the corresponding photo. And then you'll also notice if, say we change the flavor, the gallery will update so that you see the correct product photo. So that wraps up the variable product creation process. If you have any questions or comments, just reach out to support@CannaPlanners.com and we'll get right back to you. Thanks everyone and take care.